What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to Leg 2. It's coming at you from the V1 HQ here in Salt Lake City, where we took jet suites. So we flew our CJ3 to Henderson, got on a jet suites aircraft, come up to Salt Lake City, and now we're catching our 777 flight over to San Diego. Now, chat, this is the bare metal that I have been waiting for. Oh, no, I just screwed it up. Gosh dang it. I thought I was in drone view. Hold on, stand by. Boom. This is the bare metal that I've been waiting for. Now, we had the default bare metal from pmdg when it first came out, and it's good. But this is on a whole nother level. So bare metal is very tricky to get right, I think, for amongst the painters and everything. And this one is done by J Aviation, and it is absolutely fantastic. Normally, I'd set the sim time back to like morning or evening. No, we're going straight midday, chat, 12 noon, midday, real time, to let the sun shine off of this bare metal livery. This is the One World American Airlines livery. We're doing a charter flight here from Salt Lake City over to San Diego. Reason being is I don't have a Salt Lake City airport, and none of my jet bridges have terminals attached to them. So we're over here on the cargo ramp. We're actually on the south, like, I guess, little GA ramp. I don't know exactly what this is, real world, or even if this even isn't a ramp anymore. But we got our air stairs. We're ready to go, and it should be a fun short flight over to San Diego. We're going to get the 777 in there. Haven't even practiced an approach into there, so it should be interesting. Hopefully we'll get her down and get her stopped. So I'm sure we will. I mean, I'm pretty sure they brought 777s into there before. So I think they also bring a 350 in there, don't they? Or maybe it was a 777. I can't remember. But it's going to be awesome. Also, the internal cockpit mod. So we have a worn cockpit mod. You guys know I love dirty cockpits. I love wear and tear on the airplane. I don't like G1000s, and I don't like clean cockpits, and this is going to be the stream for you if you are of the same mind that I am. So here we go. We'll reset the drone cam. We'll go into the cockpit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to some, just look at these worn textures here. Look at that. Scratched up, dirty. We got some marks on the thrust levers. Looking good. We've got a little placard right there. So this is the texture pack that's a little bit separate from the livery. Both of them are free on the Flight Sim TO. You can check them out there. I'm sure people will be asking for links, and I'll have to get a link when we get to cruise, and we'll post it in the Discord. So Speedbird sends a 350-1000. Nice. Okay, yeah. So yeah, they do send that A350 in there. Because I've seen a Speedbird 350 in there before, I believe. So fantastic. Salt Lake West Ground. When was that? 2012. No clearance. No clearance. No auto ATC, which is kind of suspect. But we should be. We'll be fine just without it. So let's go ahead and change the mentality here. We were flying corporate jets, so let's go ahead and get the aircraft fired up. Now back in the airliner world, we'll get the battery switch on. We'll go ahead and connect the primary external power. We'll go ahead and connect the secondary external power as well. Soundboard is falling over here. While those boot up, let's go ahead and get the ADIRs on. Let's get the in-flight entertainments powered up. We'll arm the emergency exit lights. We've got the nav light, logo lights can stay off. It's broad daylight. Everything looks good on the overhead for right now. It's in auto mode. Let the airplane come to life here. There is no mid emoji. There is no mid emoji. Huh? We should get a mid emoji. Joining you is American 357, but I'm at the terminal. Well, I'm American 357. How can you join me if I'm already American 357? I mean, if you're the Prince of Jordan, it's still a business jet. That's true. That is true. It's still a business jet if you are the Prince of Jordan. But we have full cabin as well. Man, that wing is bright. I need some sunglasses. Igloo Food, long time no see, man. Well, come on, dude. Also, Travis, Kelsey, I know you're watching at home. Cheers. Shout out. What's up, Ken? Good to see you, man. Internet has been stable, Scotty. Yeah, internet's been good today, my man. So we're just letting the airplane boot up here. While it does that, we can kind of brighten this sucker up here. We'll wait for our screens to come up. Let's go while we wait for that. We'll go to our electronic flight bag. We already have this loaded in here from alternate of LA, Salt Lake City, San Diego, 777-200. Departure Salt Lake City charts. We'll be blasting off the northbound. What is our Let's pull this up here. Let's come down to our flight plan. We're going to be on the Arch 1 to the Winnin transition, Laker, Lucky 1 into San Diego. So it'll be the Arch 1. We'll pin these up right now while we're waiting for everything to come up. Arch 1, or Arches? Arches 1? I still can't remember. Arches 1. And this says basically just a vector departure, I guess. Routing. Climbing left turn on a heading between 320. As assigned by ATC, radar vectors, scan at or above 10,000, initial 230. Okay, so that checks. That's pinned out. Go to the airport reference page. We'll take the parking gates 10-9 airport info. We'll pin that as well. Everything's booting up. We're down here somewhere in the South D ice pad. Looks like we'll just use 3-4 right for departure. It'll be a quick taxi out. All right, so that looks good. Travis Kelce? No, well, Travis and Kelsey. If you know who you are, you know who you are. I know they're watching. What happened if Sim Update 2 doesn't come by Tuesday? I'm going to beta. Turk, I was asking you on the last stream if it was worth it. Has it been worth it? We'll see, Turk. Let's see how this stream goes. All right, let's go ahead and get our FMC initialized. Pause and knit. We'll throw that into there. Route. Let's do activate, execute. Look at the little warn marks on that. I love little details. That's us, Salt Lake City, San Diego. 371.11.9 reserve. Block fuel 34.5. Set payload. Okay. We're going to set fuel. Okay. We're going to select the route. And route is requesting. While it's requesting, it's hot here on Salt Lake. Let's go ahead and get the APU booted up straight away. So the APU is going to boot up. Gosh, I love this bare metal livery. It's been a few days since I've been in the triple, so hopefully I remember how to fly it. Which, of course, is German for. Let me finish my sandwich while we listen to the APU boot up here. Turk says it's worth it, so we'll see. Maybe after the stream, Turk. Skyfall, thank you for the 29-month support, my man. Am I meeting the famous V1 Sim at Expo? TBD. TBD. I should be there. Haven't got my ticket yet, but I do plan on going. I have my ticket to the Expo. I haven't got my airfare set up yet, but I do plan on being there for, let's see, I'll probably come in Friday night or Friday, Saturday, leave Sunday, something like that. I got to actually bid for next month right now, so I got to get my schedule all organized. This plane is so good. If they get the Rolls-Royce and Pratt & Whitney sounds the same level as the GE, I'll be very happy. Yes. Yeah, and they're working on it, Sandman. So they are working on full-blown sounds and everything, so I cannot wait to see what PMDG has got cooking up with that. All right, everything has been uplinked. Let's go ahead and load the route. Blackbird Controls in the house. Thank you for the $5 super chat, sir. Blackbird Controls says about 30. Oh, Blackbird Controls is located 30 miles north of Salt Lake. Already digging the stream. I got to get those cockpit textures too. Yes, you do, man. These cockpit textures are nice. And we are sporting the Blackbird Control Levers 777 today. I guess I should spin this around to my tiller cam. Tiller up over there as well. So the tiller is set up, kind of. No. No, we don't want to do tiller today. All right. Tiller cam is set up as good as I can for now. We do have our Blackbird control levers. Thank you, Blackbird. If you guys don't know who Blackbird is by now, you need to check him out. All right. So route is in the box. Activate, execute, departure, arrival. We're going to blast off of, I just said it, 3-4 left. 3-4 right. 3-4 right, arches. 3-4 right, arches 1. We're going out to the MILF transition. No, we're going out to the win-in transition. Win-in transition, execute. Let's go back to departure arrival index. San Diego, LOC 27 or RNAV. Let's load up the RNAV. Oh, I didn't mean to load that. Dang it. Let's load up. Actually, why do I keep doing that? Let's bring Mr. Randazzo into play here. Let's go to arrival, San Diego airport. Star approaches RNAV Yankee. RNAV Zulu. Going to be probably the Yankee. Maybe the Yankee or the Zulu. We'll take this one off of Lindy. RNAV Yankee 27. Lindy on the lucky one. On the lucky one from level. So lucky one, a level. Execute. Alright, that looks good. Init ref, let's go ahead and come back through here. Let's go ahead and go back to perf. Nope. Let's go back to weight and balance. Import weight and balance from SimBrief. 91% on the load level. 0 fuel weight. So let's go ahead and accept. Perf init request. 366.2. I guess it rounds up. 29. That checks. Gross weight. 400.8. That checks. Fuel calculations check. That all looks good. Thrust limit. We're going to derate 5% today, because I don't think y'all are going to hit 250 legs. We're going to derate climb 1, TO1, 1.49 EPR, takeoff, flaps 5, CG, 27.6 will be 5 units on the trim. We'll set all of those. That looks good. Coming back up top, APU is good to go. We'll go ahead and disconnect from there. We'll get the window heats on. We'll go auto, 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 bang, bang. That looks good. Beacon is coming on. Fuel tank pumps are coming on. Get the auto bleed on. That's working as intended. Bring the EFB back over here. We'll go to ground operations. And let's go ahead and go to ground maintenance. I already replaced the tires. Ground cervices. Let's go ahead and release all ground vehicles. With all ground vehicles released, we're going to close all doors. Once all doors are closed, we're going to arm them, and then we're going to start up and blast off here. Look at that. Look at that bare metal, though. The ghost hand always kills me. I like it. Putting my expo attendance on the flip of a non-rev coin. Second, I get off standby for the flight. I'm purchasing my hotel and ticket. Nice. All right, doors and windows are closed and locked and armed. Closed and armed. Beautiful. Ground connections. We can release the ground power, and we can remove the chocks. We can remove the chocks. Chocks have been removed. We'll leave that up there for now. ATC COM. We need CTAF for Salt Lake is 119er 05. $11905. All right, that checks out. Bare metal's always a goat. I agree, Dale. Bare metal is fantastic. All right, we also need 5 units of trim, right? We'll set 5 units of trim. 5 units of trim set. Speeds are set. That all looks good. Put you back on FMC legs page. Cockpit to ground. Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. Are you all ready for engine start? Affirmative, Captain. Doors, windows are closed. All chocks have been removed. You're cleared for engine start and taxi out whenever you're ready. Sounds good. All right, with that done, let's bring up terrain mode because there is terrain around here. We will go LNAV, or we'll go flight director on. LNAV, VNAV for Turk. Doesn't freak out. Heading is going to be roughly 340, 350. Okay, we'll call it 347. Initial altitude, no ATCs online, so let's set our cruise altitude of 35. What do we file? 38,000 feet. 38,000 feet is set. No smoking, doors auto, APU is running, seatbelt signs are coming on. Checklist time. Oxygen tested. Flight instruments park brake is set. Before start, flight deck door, close and lock. MCP V2 heading track altitude. We're going to just leave it at 200. That's fine. You're supposed to set V2 there. That's good. V2 speed is set 200. CDU pre-flight trim 5 units. Taxi takeoff briefing completed. Before taxi checklist, we'll leave it there. Let's fire it up. We're ready for engine start. Here we go. Starting engine 2. Sounds coming all the way up. Start. Run.
American 311 Heavy pushing from Alpha 25.
I didn't know the engine was painted white. Again, we're waiting for the official sound update. Definitely can't wait for that. Start a valve open. AA livery is better than Delta, but it ain't hard to be better than Delta. That's true. The Delta livery is very mid. Now, I will say that Delta, like 1,000 years or whatever it is, that special livery Delta has on the 321neo looks awesome. I wish that was their standard livery. I mean, that thing looks really clean. I really like that new Delta livery. I also have the older livery with this one. I forget what it's called. I was going to fly it today, but we had to check out this new bare metal. All right, good start on number 2. 1, fuel. Starting 2, or 1, I guess. Wignut, I almost spit my tea out, dude. Thanks for $5 super chat, man. I won't read it out loud, but yeah, if you know, you know. All right, let's fix it. People who put CAC VCGs in close don't put V2 in the MCP window. All right. You know what? I will put V2 in the window just for you, man. 137, all right? How about that video evidence, though, dude? It actually works, but I'm slightly concerned, dude. I gotta show you. Didn't you say something about somebody saw some, like, something was getting grooved into the upper receiver? I saw some potential wear marks after like 2 mags. Kind of scared me. I also feel like I probably should have lubed the bolt in the upper before I fired anything through it. I think I got a little too excited. So I had 3 failures to chamber, and but the Colt BCG worked fine. I don't know. But I'm slightly concerned with one thing that I saw. It grooved the upper. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not gonna. That's it then. It didn't quite groove it yet, but I feel like it will. So I'm done. Done with it. Colt BCG it is, dude. All right. We got 2 good starts. That looks good. 137, 347, 380 is set. Let's go ahead and come back up here. APU can come off. That's going into auto. That checks. We're doing flaps 5 with the non-stroke Blackbird Controls flaps 5 lever now. Much easier to manipulate, man. Appreciate you. Alexander, I know. Yeah, so the Colt, I haven't had a single malfunction, but I feel like there's something. At first I thought it was the old steel mag, but it's not. Yeah, it had 3, it just wouldn't feed, so like it would shoot and then it would almost hang. It didn't hang all the way back, but pretty much far enough back. It didn't even strip another round off the mag. I'm not sure what my model matching is, to be completely honest with you. I think I'm using a mix of FS, LTL, and AIG, maybe? If I'm being completely honest, I don't quite remember. All right, flaps 5, trim set, flight controls. We should do this from inside. Flight controls check. Let's go ahead and check our rudder. And we'll do it properly like so. Flight control page, that checks. Alright, auto brakes, RTO. So, here we go. Anti-ice is off, recall checked, auto brakes, RTO, flight control check, ground equipment clear. Before takeoff is done. That leaves us at after takeoff. We'll blank the checklist. Let's get out of here. Salt Lake City traffic, American 357 heavy taxi, 34 right. Brakes released. Here we go. Oh. It's amazing how a livery can like change how you, not how I feel about the airplane necessarily, but like it just gets me more excited to fly it. You know, look at that. That is true bare metal. Now we're going to run over some taxiway lights that aren't here real world. Oh man, we got some cargo next to us as well. We got a 7.6 and another 777 over there. Nice. One thing is it just me, or do you guys notice on the brakes that like no matter what curve you put on the brake pedals, it's almost just like off-on braking? See, look, so what, this is crazy. So let's watch my brake pedal real quick. Can I hide this? There we go. So if I'm barely moving my brake pedal, right? And then that's full down. It's almost like there's no, it's almost like it just jumps to almost full on every time you apply brakes. I wonder if that can be tweaked. Like it needs more resolution or something. I don't know. Skill issue, says Mickey G. Great. Thanks. Hope your Moza doesn't catch fire. Cabin is ready, chat. All right, let's go. Landing light, takeoff light, logo, wing, strobe. This is going to be a good one. Did we hit 250 likes? Not even close. Okay, so we're doing a TO1 derated takeoff for a bunch of mids today. Where's Infian when you need them? Salt Lake City traffic, American 357 heavy, taking off runway 34 right. Be a left turn now. Yeah, there's no granularity, exactly. It's like it acts like a switch. Very true. Andre, so I've been able to tweak my brake curves on other aircraft though. So like I actually have on my custom brake profile, I have settings to where you really got to stand on them to get full brakes on the Fenix, just to kind of make it a more realistic application of, because you don't need a whole lot of pressure to like, especially on the 320 for it to start, feeling the brakes. So I feel like I've got that pretty good, and I applied it to the triple, but it didn't really work the way I thought it would. And it didn't matter how aggressive I made the curve in the settings, it still seemed the same. I think that's a pretty good lineup though. A little bit to the right. All right, here we go. I withheld my line, just watch a heavy go limping off the end of 3-4 right. I'll throw a like and climb. All right. All right, let's get out of here. Ready? Spool them up 50. Oh, we need to arm the auto throttle. No, it'll take it. That's right. Yoga's in chat. Here we go. Oh, that actually sounds pretty good. Thrust ref Toga. Clearly not a linear brake axis, it's binary. Thank you, AJ. 80 knots thrust set, 100 knots check. V1. Rotate. Up we go. Oh my gosh, such a difference in flying the CJ4. Such a difference. Gear up, fly with. Oh man. Jeez. There's 1,000 feet. We're LNAV, VNAV. And let's go ahead and set heading 330. Heading select. Lower the nose. Salt Lake City departure, traffic rather, American 357 Heavy, red of 5,000 feet, left turn, 330, last call, Salt Lake. Start to accelerate. Flaps up. Oh my goodness. Blackbird controls is doing crazy things. Let me get to that here in just a second. We'll go 300. A little bit more nose down trim. Blackbird controls just dropped 50 gifted memberships to the chat. My goodness. Mr. Blackbird. Very, very kind of you, sir. I appreciate the support, man. Just because I use your controls, don't feel like you got to support me with your memberships, but I truly, truly appreciate it, man. I would use Blackbird controls if you never dropped one gifted sub. They are absolutely mandatory for Honeycomb Bravo users. So, and if that doesn't show you what kind of person Blackbird is, I don't know what will. You need to check them out. Link is in the description. ! Blackbird. It's got 777 levers, flap levers, spoiler levers. It's not your average 3D printed stuff you buy on Etsy. Or for your sim. It's a whole nother level of quality. So do check them out. And you're seeing them live right now. So. Coming through 11,000. Let's go landing lights, turn off lights, taxi off, wing light is off. There's 280 on the speed. Now we're got to cross scant at or above 11, which we made that. So let's just go ahead and go to legs page, scant, boom, execute, LNAV. Don't do the same mistake allegedly that this one Delta or this one other pilot that I know flew from departure to arrival in heading mode. Allegedly. He's actually an influencer on the YouTube, so. Blackbird says, I wouldn't have business without V1 in this community. I give because I want to give back to the community that gave to me first. Man, that's awesome, dude. Thank you, Blackbird. Appreciate you, dude. Blackbird's your guy for anything Honeycomb Bravo, chat. Look at this. This is real life. It's Juan Brown. AJ, nice. I can barely hear any traffic calls. Let's go back to 122.8, and then we're going to turn our noise-canceling headphones on here in a moment. 22.8 is set. ANR headsets coming on. We're above scant at 11. Let's skip terrain. Can we throw weather on? See what happens? Weather radar on just in case we need it. Oh my gosh, this thing hand flies so nice. There's something about this 200. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the flight characteristics, if it's the liveries, a combination of both, the sounds. I really like. I know a lot of people kind of griping on the sounds. I've liked them since even the early version. I mean, I definitely think there's always improvement, right? There's always room for improvement. But man, it's just, you combine it all and you feel like you're flying the heavy, you know? The sports version of a 300. Yeah, I know, Dale, that's exactly right. Turk says, yeah, it's your $1,700 yoke. Well, I'm not going to fight you there. I mean, the force feedback yoke does make any, I don't say make any airplane. A force feedback controller can definitely increase, it can increase the immersion of an add-on that doesn't necessarily have really good flight dynamics, I think. So in other words, really good hardware can overcome subpar modeling, but subpar hardware can't overcome even really good modeling without doing a bunch of tweaks to it. But I don't really think that's the case here. I think this is just good across the board. And with Windwing coming out, or not Windwing, with well, Windwing too, but Moza coming out with their yoke too. I know Mickey G's got his wing. Mickey G, don't take it from me. I know there's a couple of you with the Moza force feedback yoke that are raving about it too. So I don't have any experience with the Moza, but I can only imagine it's just as good, if not better. So whatever you do, view, don't touch the CHR knob on the clock. The chrono clock right here. No, I won't. What does that do? I won't touch it. But we'll go ahead and turn the autopilot on. That looked like an auto throttle. It looked like AT to me, but I guess it's AP. Yeah, almost looked like AT. Autopilot is engaged. Chris, what's up, man? I've flown it in the back of a 777 a bunch of times. I remember two things: the insane howl when the GE90 start, and the loud white noise from the ventilation. Oh, that that swishing noise. Yeah. For sure. Like I said, there's always room for improvement. And I also think what makes a difference, too, in sounds is, like, what type of headset do you have, too? Like, how are you listening to sounds? And I say this recently because I have a headset at home that's older than the headset that I have here. I'm using a Razer Kraken, I think, here. And I have an older version at home. And the sounds on that headset are better than this one. It's I don't know how else to explain it, and maybe it's different drivers or something like that. So I know that also makes a difference. Mickey G says force feedback has changed his life. See? Y'all think I'm just full of it, full of glaze. It's actually factual glaze. Where's AJ? What was that? I think I might have just tested something. What was that? What? Are those old wait. Wait, did you just super chat or did my thing just break? I think Blackbird might have broke something. It's the pop-up. Alright, I'm going to pause the alert box. I don't know what's happening. OBS being OBS. Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything. I think Blackbird broke OBS with a 50 sub bomb. Can we see the metal bird? Absolutely, Jost. Actually, let's do it this way. Look at that. Let me turn it down a little bit more outside view. Real captains go topless, pump audio and comms through speakers. You know, that used to be me. But after I got talked into getting the pro flights, I actually don't like taking them off now. But I still do. If the FO doesn't have a headset, he uses ship sets, then I'll take them off. Oh, it's for sim rate. Okay, good. Thank you, JJ. I won't mess with it. Do I want multi-screens? I do, Perry. I've got I want to say it's a 28-inch Acer Curve 2K monitor, and then I have another 28 flat Acer that is not 2K that I run my OBS, my chat box, and a bunch of other stuff on, sound mixer and all that on a different monitor. But my sim is only on one monitor. How much FPS am I getting? I have no idea, man. Probably 60. Whatever it is, it's cooking right now. I guess it heard me talking about how I wanted to update to Sim Update 2 and the sim started to behave. I mean, that's a good view too, but nothing like that shine from this angle. We got to go back to that angle. Right there, look at that. Nothing like that little bit of shine as we make the turn there. Wings are flexing. Too bad we can't get the sweet chase plane views. I know, Chris Levin, man, as soon as chase plane's available for 24, I'm all in. I like what I've seen. I've watched some videos on it for 2020. I'm all in, Chris. I just need it to drop for 24, man. Watching YouTube is costing me too much money. Moza or Blackbird or both? Cry. Both. There's a special rung of hell for a reserve for the jump seater who declines a headset that wants to talk the whole cruise. Yeah, I agree. That is 100% accurate. I always, whenever I was on a jump seat, I always kind of looked at it as like, look, I will speak if I'm spoken to. Otherwise, I'm just going to, I want the crew to not know I'm there. That's kind of the goal, right? When they're jump seating, I want the crew to forget that I'm actually there. I think I have a rudder binding. Did you see that? I'm pretty sure I have to unbind a rudder trim binding. I saw that yaw right there. Right when I hit the 5 or the 6 key. What hardware did you use back in the days when I started flight simulating? Friction Mafia. So my OG, like as far back as I can remember, I had like some, I want to say it was a Thrustmaster. It was like black and orange. Then I had the Logitech stick, and then I had the Logitech Force feedback stick, like way back in the early 2000s, man. That thing was great. The Sidewinder 2. And then after that, I kind of, simming kind of went away, and after I stopped simming, and for a while, when I got back into it, I had the Satek stuff. So I had, you remember the Satek the Satek yoke? It was a plastic yoke, and then there was a Satek throttle that I had, and you could buy like 3 or 4 of them. I had those. Then that broke, and that broke because I was trying to do the friction mod. So back on the old Satek yoke days, the friction was so bad it was called stiction, and there was a mod where you could take apart the yoke and you could like cut the spring and you put a rubber band on it or something, and it was supposed to be smoother. So I took apart the yoke and I couldn't get it back together right, so then that ended that yoke, and I ended up getting a Satek X52, which I thought was the bee's knees, dude. The X52 was the juice. And after that, I had that pretty much until I got a Thrustmaster Warthog. Still use my X52 throttle. I didn't get rid of my X52 throttle quadrant until I got a Honeycomb Bravo, which was when this channel was started. So I had that X52 throttle for a very, very, very long time. And then I had the Honeycomb Bravo, which lasted a little while. Then I got the TCA Boeing yoke, which if you're not in the game for force feedback, that's where you should go. But Mickey G, are you still here? If you're still here, Mickey G, you had the Thrustmaster Boeing yoke, right? Can you explain the difference between the Thrustmaster Boeing yoke and the Moza Force feedback? Like, the Thrustmaster Boeing yoke is fantastic. In my opinion, it is the best option outside of force feedback. But as much as of a game changer as the Thrustmaster yoke is to a push-pull yoke, force feedback is to the Thrustmaster pendular. So, I do think it's the future. I do think it's the future. AJ says, I don't have it, and I can't tell the difference. Oh, I can tell the difference. $500. Well, that is true. Got to pay to play, man. You got to pay to play. That is true. I got the Alpha and Bravo when they came out before the whole COVID supply shortage. Yep. Well, I still love the Bravo. I think the Honeycomb Bravo still, to this day, is your best all-around quadrant, especially with Blackbird controls, buying different control levers. Like here's an instance of a 727 lever. I mean, they're freaking huge. They're really high quality. They're made in the USA, and they're just awesome. It completely transforms the Bravo. Now, if you want to go into a different path, right? You want an actual replica quadrant, then you guys have seen my Throttletek stuff. I love the Throttletek stuff as well. I sometimes double up the Throttletek 7.6 quadrant to fly the 777. But today, just because it was such a short stream time, I didn't have time to rewire. I have my Throttletek Airbus hooked up right now, so I didn't have time to flip over to the other hardware. But I can't wait to use the Throttletek for the 7.5, 7.6, So I've got a 737 Quadrant, but it's two different avenues, right? So you've got the Bravo approach with the Blackbird levers is going to cover your bases for almost any airplane. You can go from a single engine 152 to a 4-engine 747 or BAE 146 and have really good control levers. But if you want to go replica Quadrant, now you're going to have to spend a little bit more money, but you're going to get something dedicated to that airplane. Yaw damper on. Uh-oh, what? Yaw damper's on. There's no yaw damp button. Is there? Is there actually a yaw damper push button in this, or is that like an option? I'm kind of surprised there's no yaw damper button in a Boeing. I didn't know they realized. Wow, actually we're supposed to cruise at 42. Optimum 41. Shoot, let's go to 42, chat. We're light. 410, push it. Thrust ref VNAV speed, up we go. I heard someone say that my levers bring the Bravo to what it should have been. 100%. 100% Blackbird. Where is my, hold on. So, standard honeycomb Bravo lever. Another honeycomb Bravo lever that you can buy that's not worth your money at all and very expensive. So you can kind of see, you can see the size difference. The other one is definitely bigger, but enter Blackbird lever. Like, I can't even fit it into the screen. So, and what I just can't say enough about is, like, even the small details on the black, like these little buttons in here. So, like, that, I get this is a Toga button on the 737 lever. And look at you got, like, the little, it's metal with the little black rubber cap there for auto throttle disconnect. This is really cool. It's got a double slot. So you get almost like you feel more friction. You feel more, feels more realistic to a real Quadrant because you're moving two tracks instead of just one track with one thrust lever. I think that's probably one of the best parts about it. On the 777 levers, the Toga work? Yes, they do. That's what I used, Highball. I actually used the Toga lever. What you see here is exactly how the Blackbird lever is modeled. So you have both of these. They are both bindable. You have the reversers, and you have both of these auto throttle disconnects on the 777 lever here. How do the reversers work on the 737 777 lever? So the way that, and this is where I hope that Throttletek and well, I know Throttletek, you can get push button reverser, which is what you need for our current airplanes in the sim. So let me talk about like if I have the 737 thrust lever Quadrant from Throttletek and my reverser is an axis, right now Microsoft doesn't allow us to bind natively an axis for the reverser, a separate axis. And it's really frustrating, and it's really frustrating for like even the 777. You know, it's like you can't. The way it's coded in the airplane is push button. So the way that I bind it with the Blackbird levers is I have lifting up as deploying them to idle, right? And then as soon as I drop my control levers into the detent, I have that bound as hold max reverse. So basically I can still do idle and full. I just don't have an axis travel in between because the sim and the aircraft that we have don't allow us to bind it that way, which is really unfortunate. Even through SPAD, I'm not sure. You probably could do it through SPAD, but what you need is an axis for the thrust lever and then a separate axis for reverse. I've yet to see that. Now, I know Throttletek is going to be working with pmdg, and I'm hoping for the 747 series we might see some improvements in how reverser is being able to be bound. I still don't know if that's if that's a developer side thing or if that's really a core sim problem. Either way, I hope by that time since we're getting these much more or much higher quality peripherals, I feel like we need the sim to step up to give us the options to do these kind of crazy bindings. What base do I need for this FFA yoke? Bad Hog, I don't have the Moza yoke. Is that what you're referring to? So I'm not going to steer you in the wrong direction. I don't have the Moza Force feedback. I have a Brunner Force feedback, but I would go Moza just because I know what the software is like for Brunner. Let me get someone in the chat or maybe do some scouting on the internet. I don't want to steer you in the wrong direction, man. JJ says, I ordered mine today. I can't wait to get them. That's why I ordered, because of the Toga and the quality. Yep. And the Toga is sick, dude. Hitting that little Toga button is awesome. AJ says, you can't do it through SPAD since reverse for the Bravo is just a button. AJ, yeah, I meant for Throttletek. So actually, by default, it's easier to bind the Blackbird levers to do proper reverse. I think, can I show you why we're flying here? Let's see. We should probably do it from up front view so I don't... So let me show you. We are using our Bravo with Blackbird. I'm going to go to assigned controls. And so I have toggle reverse. And I think throttle to decrease. I think that's what I have. Yeah, that's what's bound. And that seems to work the most correct way with the Blackbird. Can I see? Can I move it without? I don't want to hit the reverse bindings in flight. So, remind me on the ground, JJ, because I get this question a lot. So remind me after we land. I will pull up the control bindings and I'll show you exactly how my reverse actuation is all bound up. Because in my opinion, with the Honeycomb Bravo, this is the best way to do it without using a third-party software. All right, let's get some chrome action. Oh my goodness. Chat. Real life chrome. Right there. It's hurting my eyes. It's so bright. Let's go back to this side. I need sunglasses. Literally need... Where are my sunglasses at? I'm going to put my sunglasses on. I'm going to see what this... Do my best Captain Canada impersonation. Oh, this is nice. This is legit. I'm wearing sunglasses. For the sim. Chris says there's a Google Doc that Azobo has that you can use to ask questions for the dev for the next stream. Okay. I'm going to have to look into that, Chris. Has anybody ever talked about reverser? I kind of think it's a new problem because we really haven't had these higher quality peripherals before. So like I know Windwing is coming out with a bunch of stuff. Of course, we got the Blackbird stuff. We got Throttletek. It's becoming a little bit more mainstream. So hopefully we can get something there. Definitely a first world sim problem. It must be incredibly difficult to make the chrome livery. I think so, Al. But like I said, Javiation is just cooking right now with this chrome. Oh, you know what? All right, let's stay here for a few minutes, and then we're going to do a cabin tour. We have custom cabin as well I want to look at. If you had Sim Update 2 beta, you could use the exposure slider. Yeah, but I don't want to be messing with sliders in flight. That's not real life. 2 minor gripes I'd like fixed from Azobo. Set the time slider to local time instead of UTC. And then bring back the ability to use the scroll wheel to make fine. Yes. Yes, Diabetic Lad. Yes, I agree. So you can go in increments of 1. AFO, that is the plan, my friend. Yeah, that is the plan to go to Expo. We got to exit drone cam here real quick. I didn't realize how nice it is outside. It's so good outside. So I got some more weed eating I need to do. So we're gonna bump this. We're gonna bump this up 8.7 Mach. 8.7 Mach chat. And let's take a look at this cabin. Blackbird Controls dropping another 10 gifted subs. Mr. Blackbird, appreciate you. Bind. Oh, here we go. From Blackbird Controls himself. Now, is this for the 777 or the 73 or both? It says bind throttle 1 reverser button 10 to throttle 1 decrease on press, and bind the same control button to throttle 1 idle on release. Ah, that's the best way to do it, he says. Well, Blackbird, that's awesome. Thanks for the advice, man. We'll take a look at that. From the man himself. Do the throttle 2 as well. So, yeah, so I guess when you're pressing it, it's decreasing, and then when you release it, it goes to idle. Ah. Very cool. Thank you, Blackbird. Tyson says, I'm headed your way this evening. My son has a robotics tournament in Dallas this weekend. Very cool, Tyson. Very cool, man. Well, you picked a good day to come in, man. All the weather is pretty much gone for now, which is good. All right, chat, here we go. Ooh. Old school American Airlines. Please select your language. Portuguese. Don't tell the Gus. There's Portuguese option. Wow. I like how the exit sign is in Chinese. I don't know if that's Chinese or what, but I wonder if they ran these 200s on very frequently to Asia. Wow, this is cool. Look at the... This is like period correct, isn't it? Hi, Ball. Thank you for the 10 pounds, man. Appreciate you. You've done a lot of streaming. Today. Thank you. Hey, well, thank you, Hi, Ball. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm going to pin that message. Someone said pin. That's a good idea. Let me pin it. I don't think I can pin. Can I pin it? I can't pin that message. Why can't I pin that message? I don't want to put Blackbird in timeout. I can't pin someone else's message, unfortunately. But how about, thank you, man. Appreciate you. That's Japanese? Ah, okay. Well, I can't tell. Man. The old blue. Yeah, the squares are correct. Yes, I remember this. Another professional YouTube pilot ready to give me severe spinal compression by the end of the stream. Hey, this isn't Flight Deck to Sim. This is V1 Simulations, my man. What's up, Captain Sim? I saw Mr. Flight Deck to Sim smash that E190 today, or E175. I saw that smash. The only non-period correct is the direct aisle axis in the J class. We desperately need a 222. Oh, really? Man, that's cool, though. Come back here to the lab. Sweet. Hopefully we don't smash. We are going into San Diego. If a passenger asked for packs off Toga, would you do it? Coming up on 2 years, V1 Nation, best nation. Like, goes up EKG, Blueface. Listen, if it was me personally and they asked me that, I'll say, I'll see what I can do. I might not be able to do the packs off, but we could probably swing a Toga. Just depends. Allegedly. I have to find a valid reason. Yeah, FPS is smooth as butter, man. 2024 is the GOAT, dude. Look at this. Good frames. High quality cabin. Man, I thought that was the cockpit. We still got one more row to go. One more section to go. My goodness. There we go. Finally. Oh, look at the arm. Armed, disarmed. I wonder if that actually changes when we disarm it. I want to check that on the ground. Interesting. All right, step back up into the flight deck. Flight deck door authorized personnel only. That's right. Best safety vest on the internet right here. Well, they got some snacks up there? Was it like a granola bar? Oh no. Look like granola bars or something up there. Are those eyeballs? Oh no, those are light bulbs. I thought these were crazy eyes. Can the doors be disarmed in flight? That I don't know. I don't want to find out. But again, look at these cockpit textures too. Let's see what else we can find. We got some scratches up there. We got some scratches on our Blackbird levers. The McDo is kind of scratched up a little bit. I like it. It's the perfect amount of wear, you know? A little bit of wear right here, depending how the sun hits it. Yeah, this is a must-have cockpit texture pack, especially for the 200. I could see if you want your 777-300 to be fresh and clean, but for the 200, got to show some use. There's your little fidget spinners. All right, we're cooking with gas now. 87 Mach. You're now free to move about the cabin. There's no smoking signs coming off. Back out to our bright view. Oh my gosh. Look at the reflection on that. How is that possible out of a simulator? You know? How is something that bright possible? That looks like real life. I know I say that all the time, but come on, that is real life in the sim. Craziness. We'll get some tunes on accompanying us here for a little bit of a cruise. Frame rate so buttery. Today it is, man. D-Doom, I agree. This is not yellow, unlike some other sims. Y'all, if you haven't already, please do hit that like button. Let's see. Right now, we have more likes on the CJ4 stream than we do the 777 stream, which means tomorrow we're going to fly the CJ4 again, unless you want me to fly another bare metal American somewhere juicy. Maybe South America. Maybe Canada. Some of those 200s are 30 years old already. Oh, yeah, for sure, dude. They're definitely old. Reject modernity, return to Learjet. I did see... Oh, Tegucigalpa, Cody? All right, Chad, if we can hit 300 likes before this song ends, Tegucigalpa 777 bare metal tomorrow night. If you want to see that with a green, maybe we'll throw a green dot in there. It'll be kind of a long cruise. We'll go Miami to Tegucigalpa. We'll prepare for the 757 because that's going to be our 757 flight. I have a 1080 Ti still, and 24 Sim Update 2 far outperforms 2020 for you, Dylan. Wow, that's interesting. Well, I'm very much looking forward to Sim Update 2. I don't know. I really want to go to the beta, but today, so far, knock on wood, everything has been so smooth. I don't know. I just want to wait. I want to wait for the official Sim Update 2 drop. Chris, 54 months as a commercial pilot. Dude, thank you so much for the support, man. If I show my 54-month member card, will you do a Toga and packs off? In the sim, absolutely. We did a Toga the other day, actually, because of wind shear, so... We could always say there's possibility of wind shear to a Toga. Caracas to Bogota. That's another good route. I missed the CJ stream, but I actually see more of it. The CJ stream was fun, dude. I love flying that CJ4. Feet dry over Newfoundland en route to LAX. First time catching the long haul bug since FSX. Are you in the 777? Will this kind of livery make the cabin heat up faster? That's a good question. I don't know. I think the cabin's going to get pretty hot anyway. I don't think it's going to be any hotter than an all black livery like New Zealand. JJ Stevens woke up and chose violence today. Thanks for the $5 super chat, my man. Appreciate you. He said, I highly suggest everyone griping about performance to not blame the next-gen multi-threaded core simulator for your outdated equipment upgrade time. Well, we didn't hit 300 likes before that song ended, so I guess we're not doing Tegucigalpa tomorrow. If Chase Cam gets released to 24, you can use it for doing cinematic shots and cruise. I know. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. How would your company find out if you did unnecessary packs off Toga besides the FO reporting you? So they can see every takeoff you do. So Folkwa records all that stuff. Now they'd have to have a reason to come to pull the data. So like, just because you did a Toga takeoff, they're not going to know unless they pull the data on it for some reason. So let's say you do a Toga takeoff and then, you know, you have a maintenance issue, and now maintenance comes up and like they'll pull the data and they'll see that you did a Toga. But they're not. I've never once ever been questioned about doing a Toga takeoff because you're supposed to do them. We have our SOPs when you're supposed to do them, and if it is in my opinion or the first officer's opinion that a Toga takeoff would be a safer course of action for this particular takeoff for whatever reason, then we'll do it. Even if it's like, you know, you're taking off behind a heavy and the winds are just right and you're like, we're going to be right in his wake, maybe you do a Toga then. You know, just never been questioned, but you don't abuse it either. The big deal with Toga is maintenance. It's this maintenance cycle. Friction Mafia, there actually was. American actually had a bare metal 747. Kyle, right now, wide body does not interest me at all, man. It's not in the cards for me. 3 hours and I'm done, man. I am done. 3 hours. Also, sometimes Toga in a light airplane is a huge pain. Yeah, exactly. Wingnut's also correct. That's like one of the most violated things is your altitude on a Toga on a go-around. Because if you go around and you only have a 2,000 foot level off or something, and you don't get the autopilot on, it is a quick level off. Very quick. So you got to be ready for it. Same is true if you're just doing a Toga on takeoff. Man, you got to be ready to level. How much would a one Toga takeoff outside of schedule impact maintenance? That I don't know, Captain Simp. But I know it affects the aircraft significantly or the engine significantly to the fact where we try to do every takeoff. We try to do as many takeoffs as possible with reduced thrust. And the reality is, a lot of the runways in the U.S., a lot of these major airports are 10,000 feet plus long. Like, you don't need full thrust. We did a derated takeoff out of Dallas in a 321. We were like, we used up almost the entire runway in a 321 because the derate, we were only getting like 87% thrust. So it's crazy. You don't need it. Yeah, Dale, that schedule for wide body flying is just not what I'm interested in. Some guys love it. You can sleep on the airplane. They love it. But not for me, dude. You're always doing a red eye. And it's not like the olden days, right? It's not like the golden age of aviation where you flew somewhere, you had 3 days to recover, and you flew back. You know, it's you fly there, you got maybe 30 hours on an average trip. I'm sure there's other trip with better overnights, but let's say you're averaging 28 to 30 hour overnight, then to fly back 15 hours, go through a red eye cycle again, sleep on an airplane. That doesn't sound that awesome to me. Now, some guys, like I said, love it. I got 2 of my best buddies. They love it, man. They're on the triple out of San Fran. They love it. So it's just different people got different preferences, man. When Tony Blair was a PM, a Speedbird took him on a 777 to meet George Washington at his ranch. I think they flew into KCLL. What is CL? Clovis? What's CLL? That's in Texas. Where's that? I can't remember what the name of that is. Sounds familiar though. Wait, you're telling me you don't want to sleep on a fart-infused mattress and crew rest? Oh, look at this commercial shot right here. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness, chat. Real life. All the 777 long hauls out of SFO or United's premium trips and credit is ridiculously high. Yeah. But here's the thing. Even with their trips, I look at their schedule for the month and it's like, okay, I still had 2 more days off than you, and I credited just as much as you. Like, or it might flip, or they may have 1 or 2 days more off than I do. But it's like, is it really that worth it? Like, for me, like I said, some people all love it. And I think myself, I think if I was single and in my early 20s, shoot, man, why not? But just at my phase of life right now, dude, there's nothing I love better than getting up, going to work, coming back, and having, lunch with the kids or something. Or opposite, like waking up at home with the fam, have coffee and breakfast, say goodbye to the kids, come back, and then go up to tuck them in at night, go out, do a turn, come back. That, to me, is worth its weight in gold. There's no wide body out there that seems more enjoyable than doing that right there. You don't get to see the world, though. I can see it on YouTube, Virtual Flight Diaries. I could go to Virtual Flight Diaries YouTube channel and check out all over the world. College Station. Duh, Al W. That's why I knew that. Al, what a beautiful day to be out fishing today, huh? I need to go out there. You need arm floaties where you are? We got flooded out the other day. Drew Smith, what's up, man? Just got done launching some jets and now to watch view until they come back. Very cool, Drew. All right, we're probably getting close here. We are. Top of descent, 80 miles. 80 miles. Let's enjoy some more bare metal, and then we're going to... Oh, look, we were just there, right? Where's Vegas? Where are we? I feel like we're close to Vegas. I feel like that's Vegas right there. We just flew into Henderson. Yeah, that is. I'm surprised we don't have those. Someone needs to make a mod for those solar panels out here. You know what I'm talking about? There's a bunch of solar panels. Are they right here? So bright. See them on the horizon. Yeah, that's the Hoover Dam right there. Yeah, that's Vegas. So we literally just flew into Henderson on the CJ4 stream. Remember I said there's a river? Actually, the river we came in over. Yeah, that was it right there. Right through there. So Henderson's right over here somewhere. I'm over Boulder City right now. Nice. Yeah, that's Boulder. Look at the orthos down there. Oh, my ortho in 2020 is so bad. I mean, I can see individual houses out there. And I think I even have my settings down a little bit. Yeah, Mickey G's knows what I'm talking about. Hard enough to stay in shape domestically? Tell me about it, dude. I was like, oh, I'm going to start this new diet too. Because you started making me feel bad. You're like, oh, I can't have that. I'm on a diet. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I better go on a diet. And then yesterday we go to Dairy Queen. They had to celebrate the Gordy, man. So I was like, let's go. And the wife, dude, we got 1 week left. Wife's 9+ months pregnant. 7 days to the due date. If the wife wants ice cream, we're going to go get some ice cream. I went to DQ. Well, there goes my diet. Perry says, damn straight, viewing. That's why I retired early. 57, have 11-year-old. Can't get time back. Amen to that, Perry. Time is fleeting, and time becomes one of the most important things to you especially when you have kids, man. Try a tail cam. You want a tail cam shot? Man, look at the reflection of that. When V1 sits in the captain's seat, the 320 on V1 goes up by 30 knots. Would you fly the 717 though? Listen, man. I'll fly anything for the same pay and quality of life that I have right now. I really don't care what it is, to be honest with you. I love the Airbus. But if my company said tomorrow, hey, you gotta, if you want to keep that schedule and pay, you gotta fly the 717. I'd be like, all right. No biggie. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I actually think it kind of be fun for a little bit anyway. Bunch of takeoffs and landings. Who doesn't love that? Bring back AA757s. Agreed, Reed. 737 is where he draws the line. Yeah. I have to get a pay raise for that. That's a lot of work, dude. Start engines. Packs, generator, bleed, pressure, ventilate, isolate, ventilate. If you did fly wide body, which one would it be? Left out, a perfect world, A340 600, man, or 747. I know, Mickey G. Switches are cool. I know. Switches are cool. I like manipulating switches. I don't disagree with there. That is looks kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe my disdain is slightly hidden by jealousy, being able to flip a bunch of switches, you know? Our engine starts are pretty boring. Heck, I don't even start them anymore, man. I just sit there and watch the guys flip the switches. Shaq Oatmeal Mouse, what's up, man? They called me many things in life. Late for dinner is not one of them. I hear that, dude. Stop both of them. Man, my last, the FO I flew with on my last trip, the Fenix turn from hell. So again, I picked up an easy Fenix turn. Inbound plane diverted. We were going to be like 6 hours late. Swapped airplanes. We weren't 6 hours late. We ended up being almost an hour late. So it actually worked out okay, but it was a pain. Weather and all that stuff. But the FO I flew with, he flew the 737 in Nigeria for 12 years, dude. You talk about some cool stories, man. And he flew the classic 73s too. And they would take the 737-800 from Nigeria to Heathrow. 8 hours. A little over 7 hours. I'm like, dude, that's miserable. He's like, yeah, it sucked. And get this. He commuted from Nigeria to LA because he was his now wife. He was dating her. So he would go from Nigeria to Atlanta on Delta and then fly from Atlanta to LA. Or sometimes he said, sometimes I'd have to go 7 hours wrong direction to Dubai to get on a 16-hour flight Dubai to LA. 20-plus hour commute. I'm like, dude, I don't even want to tell you my commute story because I thought mine was bad, but I'm done. But awesome, dude. The guy was hilarious, man. Great FO. And it was a lot of fun. So I'm glad it makes... When your trip kind of falls apart for scheduling reasons, it makes it so much better when you're flying with someone that you actually like, you know? And I got to be there aren't many guys that I don't like, especially, you know, where I work. Everyone's pretty much a tight-knit group of guys, but there's always a few that are like, I prefer not to fly with that guy. And then those trips always just get worse, it seems like. Wingnut. Yeah, that's rough. My Portland-Seattle was 30 minutes delayed. Captain Simp. Oh, what's the name of this tune? This one? This one is called 25 by Dylan Stitz. Or Dylan Sitz. I'm going cross-eyed. I think it's Dylan Sitz. 25 is the name of the song. All right. Time to do some work. San Diego. Top of descent, 20 miles, chat. Let's pause the tunes. That's a good song, though. Alright, let's let this one play out. Well, while it plays out, let's look at our arrival. Ba, 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 ba. Lucky from Level. Lindy, 5,000 feet, 210 K knots. Alright, let's get this VNAV correct. 5,000 is set. Now, next page. Where's next? Econ descent. I want you to do 8.2 and 320 knots until we meet a restriction. Okay? Don't screw me. I have this correctly. 8.2, 320 in the descent, please. That's going to recalculate our TOD. Guess we don't need the weather radar anymore. We'll turn you off. We'll turn terrain on. Alright, so that actually pushed our TOD out past level. We'll put data. Can you not put the altitudes on here? Oh, it's up there. I can't believe you have to have, when you do the data key on the 7.3 or the triple, that you have to look at the clock time too. Like, why can't I just have flight levels and no time? No one cares about the time. Oh. Okay, good. I was going to say. Okay. I take it back. It's fine. Boeing's fine. Alright, I'll put that page back up there anyway. It's so bright out here, it's hurting my eyes. Cody asked a good question. What makes a pilot that guy that you don't like flying with? Mostly attitude. You're right, yeah. Not talks too much, because, you know, you can always just shut it down. Like, I'm not afraid to be like, dude, I'm just gonna chill for a minute, you know? It's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's a red eye. Like, let's just chill. But attitude mostly is like guys that come to work with a negative attitude. They don't want to be there. They're upset. Everything sucks, you know. Because that doesn't leave me any room to be negative. So we can't have two negative people. We need a positive FO. That way I can be negative and then the FO can bring me up, you know? But when you have a real negative guy, it's like, ugh. Or someone that maybe is laziness. That's kind of a thing where they do the bare minimum for everything, right? Whether it's they do the bare minimum of their SOP or their checks and whatever it is. They do the bare minimum, you know, show up at van time. So, past TOD? No, we're not. TOD is coming up right here. Go back to being mid. I don't want two passengers. I don't want to a passenger, two pilots flying over who sucks the most. Yeah. Well, I sped up to our Infian. So I increased my descent speed, so my TOD will be further away. I feel bad for United 737 pilots out of Newark. They're getting put on some long old flights on the MAX. Two coming, mine being Nick, Greenland, and one of the Azores landing in Portugal. I got a buddy, he's a captain on a 737 out of Newark. He loves it, man. He's loving life. He's a big simmer, too. I saw you add a comment to a Hoover flying video about a lazy cap that got him and his FO killed. Oh, yeah. On. Yeah, dude. So Hoover did a video on Ho. That shorts crash. 360, was it? Cargo carriers, something cargo carriers. And I've watched some videos before of Hoover, and I'm like, he's all right. Actually, I can tolerate him like more than Blanco Lirio for some reason. But when I saw that crash that he did post, I'm like, I don't know if I should watch this. Just because, like, when you know the crew personally, it's hard for someone to get it right. But I thought Hoover did a good job of explaining that. And there were some things that I knew about her accident that weren't really confirmed. It was kind of speculation. And then after watching that video, I'm like, yep, that's for sure right. That one was tough, man. Yeah, Anho, I had her on my flight multiple times. She was famous for making her super green smoothies. I remember one time, that was at FO, the captain and I, she gave us smoothies, and they're like super green, like it clean you out, man. And we both struggled. One day flying, we're like, okay, we're not having any more of those. But yeah, she was super motivated, man. I remember when she was working on her commercial, and like I had her come up, and she got our clearance, or she's working on her instrument. She got our IFR clearance and stuff. I know, I almost called Infian Turk. I know, how dare me. A fiber smoothie, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. God bless her soul, man. Sucks. All right, VNAV path. Now, push it. There we go. See? All right, hold on. Let's get this right. Let me pause the music, 'cause this is about to piss me off here. We're doing VNAV. All right. Everyone be quiet. What are we doing? I have it in VNAV path, okay? Look, it's already getting high. Wingnut. Why are we already getting high? Now it's in speed hold. Why would it go to speed hold now? So now I need speed brake. Gosh, Boeing VNAV is terrible. Speed brake's coming out. Let's bring out our Blackbird controls camp for speed brakes. It's in throttle hold. Okay, so why? I don't understand. Why? Why would we go to throttle hold? Why doesn't it just say idle? It's high and fast. This should say idle. You cannot convince me that hold mode with an auto throttle airplane is worth a damn. There is no way that hold mode is so smart. There's no way. It's a Temu 777. 5,000 feet per minute. Yeah, we just floated, everybody. Let's go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight there. Just got initial descent there. Sorry for floating you in the cabin there. We'll get that seatbelt sign on for you right now. Just this Boeing VNAV is sponsored by Temu, so we don't know if that may happen again or not. So we're just going to go ahead and keep that seatbelt sign on for the duration of the flight. Thanks for choosing American Airlines. Welcome to San Diego. It went to idle, then to hold, because it's not moving the throttles. But why isn't it moving the throttles? It should have moved the throttles. So now I have to bring them to idle. Okay, I'll bring them to idle. Throttles are at idle. We're on the descent. I think it's fine now. Boeing VNAV sucks. People who don't know how to fly Boeing. I did it right. I thought I did it right. All right, down we go. Now there's San Diego approach tower. The whole shebang is online. San Diego ATIS is information alpha. Loc, RNAV, and visuals in use. Landing departing 27. All right. See, I think I don't like Boeing VNAV because I can't just start the descent and then go to outside view. Like you literally have to sit there and baby the sucker all the way down. That's not conducive to juice views. All right, init ref, we're 30, 127. As far as minimums are concerned, RNAV Shanky is going to be LP or VNAV? Are we LP or a VNAV for this wingnut? Are we LP or LNAV? 760 in the barrow. 760. In the barrel. Wait, do we have to add 50 to that? I think we do. Well, I would. If this was R, we have to add 50 to LNAV minimum. So that's 810. Oh, gosh dang it. Oh, no, no, no. Come back. Huh? Eight, 9, 10. 810 set in the barrel. All right. We're cooking, chap. We're cooking with gas now. Livery stuff. I can't look at this wing view. I mean, it's so dang bright. Is being a pilot difficult to maintain a healthy diet gym life? I've always wondered. It definitely can be. Especially when your wife's pregnant, because you just eat all kinds of random stuff in the middle of the night. Yeah. Let's just say I need to get back on the train. I can't be showing up to Expo like the Southwest cheese pilot. Love handle check. Oh, that's funny. All right, so we probably need to call. No one's called us yet, but it's probably. Well, I'm not gonna call anybody until I get called. I'm surprised no one's pinged me. Subaru and Cinnabon. I can't talk. I jiggle more than I'd like to these days. Well, we call it the MBJI, the man boob jiggle index, when you're taxiing out. If it reaches a certain threshold, you need to get your ass in the gym. And let me just tell you, we're getting close to that threshold, Chad. Taxiing out of Sky Harbor the other day, I was like, dang, this taxiway is really rough. Congrats on the baby. When's the due date? I have a little girl coming June 20th. Oh, man, congrats, dude. May 14th. 7 days. 7 days is the due date. But congrats to you, man. That's awesome. I got 2 little girls. Sports bra needed. V1 boob cam win. Yeah, you would want to see that, wouldn't you, Turk? No surprise there. EFIS menu, then set barrow. Well, we're already... what? EFIS menu, then set barrow. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Can you MBJT? Yo, Cam. Boy, it's a boy, Tiger dude. It's a boy. So we've got 2 girls and a boy right now. We got 1 more boy coming, so it'll be 2 and 2. You can set the barrow in the menu. That's weird. So you don't have to use the dials? Interesting. But that's not realistic. It would ruin my immersion. I can't have my immersion ruined. Look at that, though. Oh, it's a fallback mode? Really? Oh, like a backup mode for real life? Interesting. So you're naming him Trent or Pratt? You know what? Those are actually 2 good names. I didn't think about that. That's pretty good. We've been going back and forth on a couple different ones. Dougal, thank you, man. Really proud to have been here for all 4 kids and all them hounds. I know it, dude. Dougal's been here for... Before I even had my firstborn child, we were streaming. V1 Nation, man. Dougal back in the OG days. That scratched leather is real life, dude. You gotta get the you gotta get this texture mod, man. It's beautiful. And like back here, you got a little some scratch. Just it's the perfect amount of wear. A little bit of scratching there. All right, through 18,000 feet, standard transition 29 or 9 or 7 is set. Checklists coming up. After takeoff, descent, recall notes, auto brake. 2, landing data, VREF, minimums, approach briefing complete. Approach checklist, altimeters. Let's actually run some landing data. Let's do performance, landing en route. 27, import aircraft weather, calculate. That's with auto brakes. Does it tell me? We're at flap config 30. Auto brakes 3. We do auto brakes 2? Yep, we can do auto brakes 2. Roll it to the end. That looks good. All right, that's ATC, San Diego West, 19.6. Man, CPDLC and route win. Approach, good afternoon. American 357 Heavy with information alpha descending via the lucky one.
American 357 Heavy, SoCal approach, squawk 6074.
6074 for American 357 Heavy. TARA will put you in below mode because we're on the descent. 14 and 12. Are we going to make that? It's going to be tight.
America 357,
LS
radar
for LS
contact,
push button.
15, correction, 20 miles southeast of the Julian VOR. Deliver altimeter 3003.
American 357, roger. That's us. All right, auto brakes 2. We're descending via.
1 Romeo Bravo, descend and maintain.
Sounds are coming up. Oh. Dad, why was I named Rose? Because your mommy loved roses, dear. Thanks, Dad. You're welcome, V2500.
1 Romeo Bravo, turn right heading 240. Maintain 3,800 till established.
Should have gone to the chat for names when Miss V1 was here. Give her some ideas. All right, RNAV Yankee 27 off of Lindy. Lindy's at 5. We're tracking via. We're looking good. We don't need any LS push buttons or anything, right? FMC message, drag required, because I guess Boeing VNAV can't do VNAV things. Looking good, chat. Looking good. 270, lock it in. I love you too, Blackbird Controls.
1 Romeo Bravo, continue that right turn to heading 270.
Oh, that's funny. That's too funny. My daughter's middle name is O'Hare. Nice. I like that, Shaq. I like that. Well, my first son's name is Barrett, after the Barrett 50 cal.
American 357, reduce speed to 210.
So the 210, American 357 Heavy. All right, 210, we pressed it.
Number 1 Romeo Bravo, the airport is back at 12 o'clock.
210 is up. Lights, 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 lights. My daughter's middle name is Shaq.
Okay, run Romeo Bravo, clear visual approach runway 27, maintain 180 knots or greater.
Let's play with your brother Moza Base.
Contact Limburg Tower, will 1816.
You guys are killing me. You're killing me, man.
November 1 Romeo Bravo.
Screaming into San Diego. Speed breaks out, just like real life.
Okay, Limburg Tower. Good day.
San Diego approach, American 311.
American 311, SoCal approach. Limburg altimeter.
Thank you, Joey. Welcome on board, my man. 3 kids and a receding hairline. Later, I'm here. Yep. Yes, indeed, man. Riding the speed brakes down. Throttle hold because we're too cool to put it on idle. So we'll lock the thrust position and say hold.
American
That way, if you don't pay
357
attention, you'll
heavy
stall it.
at Lindy, cleared approach runway 27.
At Lindy, cleared approach 27 for American 327. All right, Lindy, we're cleared approach. So we got 5,000 set. Can I just arm it from here? Let's see what happens. Ah, Loke glide slope. That's not correct. Or is it? Shouldn't it be glide path? Do you keep it in LNAV, VNAV? I've never done an RNAV approach before. Chat.
American 311
What
at
do you
Lindy,
do
cleared approach runway 27.
if it's not a localizer or a slope?
American 311.
Chat. I'm confused.
Local approach, good. Evening American 841 heavy.
You fly the LNAV, VNAV in triple?
7,000.
Really? I thought it would say FAC and
heavy,
glide
SoCal
path.
approach.
Wow, so you
Hello,
keep it in LNAV and
003.
VNAV? How mid is that?
002 American 841 heavy.
That's crazy. Well, I feel like we're getting high. So so what do you set? 2,000 for Rebo? Set MDA plus 50, rounded to the nearest 100. That's a lot of math. So we have 810, which we did. We added 50, right? So 900? You want me to set 900 up here? Okay, 900 set. We're also getting fast again. I can't believe you set 900 feet in the altitude window. Let's go ahead and throw flaps 1 out there. We're getting a little bit slick on us. We need flight recorder 2 for this. We don't want to miss this one. Rebo is just north of your house? Nice, man. Well, why are you still giving me thrust? I want 180. It's in auto now, right? Yeah, it's in auto.
American 311 resume, published speed restriction.
Already published in the American.
Yeah, we did have a 15 knot tailwind. It's kind of cooking with that tailwind in here, huh? It's struggling.
American 357, heavy contact, Limber Tower, Woman 8.3 today.
18.3 today, American 327 heavy sit. I love turning final while staring at the radio panel.
American 841 at Lindy, cleared approach runway 27.
At Lindy, kid approach, showing 27 American.
Number 81 Romeo Bravo, taxi parking via Charlie Hotel.
Taxi, parking via Charlie Hotel.
Oh, that looks good. All right, recording's coming on. I mean, she's still having a hard time slowing down. Good afternoon, Limber Tower, American 357 Heavy. We're on the RNAV 27.
American 357 Heavy, Limber Tower, good afternoon, runway 27, clear to land. Winds are 290 at 11.
27 clear to land, American 327 Heavy. Speed brake armed. Allegedly. Still struggling to slow to 160. You're down. $126. So what are we supposed to bug? So we actually bug 126 or 131? Check. Yeah, a little bumpy today. All right, 131. Flaps coming 30. All right, checklist. That's good. Flaps are. We'll do it automatically. Flaps 30. Landing checklist complete. All right, let's hand fly because I want to hand fly this. Autopilot's coming off. Auto thrust is coming off.
Tower low, United.
Hello, flight path vector coming on because I'm an Airbus guy. And
Airbus A320.
can't teach old dog new tricks.
Stand 43, information Bravo, QNH, 1017, requesting IFR to Denver.
Missed approach. 2500 set, thank you. Might actually be important for this one.
Out of 2652, clear to Denver International Airport. Zoo 4 departure, meatball transition that is filed.
All right, we are clear to land.
Climb via
Runway's in sight. A landing. Man, such a difference than flying the CJ4. It's crazy.
Departure.
That's also what I really like about force feedback yokes is I can I mean, just the feel is so different. You can get
Boss,
proper
I'm really sorry.
profiles.
This is my first time. I don't think I'll be able to repeat that, but squawk 7775.
What? Well, you're gonna have to repeat it.
2682. You're also sent a pre-departure clearance.
Approaching minimums.
Check the text panel. It should be there.
Minimums.
Set Mr. Altitude sub. Oh, I got it. Thank you, Wignut. Thank you, man. Appreciate $2 super chat. Save the approach. I need to get home. I need to do some more testing.
400.
Behind 2632, nonetheless, read back correct. Advise ready second.
300.
The controller's like, screw it. Read back correct. Have fun. All right, I'm going to turn the flight director off. Do I turn the flight director off? Because it's not, I don't want to follow it anymore. I can see the pappies. I see that we're high, which is not good. A little bit fast. We're looking good here.
American 311.
It's coming back.
Lindbergh Tower, good afternoon.
100.
290 at 11. Runway 27, clear to land.
50.
Check land, American 311.
30. 20. 10.
Oh, chat. That had to be the butter, man. That had to be the butter right there. Verse green. Slideshow? What are you talking about? Auto brakes off. What gate are we going to?
Last calling aircraft, just static.
Chat, what gate are we going to? Terminal 2.
American 357 Heavy, say parking.
Terminal 2, American 357 Heavy.
American 357 Heavy, taxi to parking via Bravo.
Park via Bravo, American 357 Heavy, thanks. Hotel de Adobo. What's up, man? Flaps are coming up. Let's clean this sucker up.
Last calling aircraft, still just static.
Terminal 2 East.
Limbo Tower, good, are you doing American East?
I don't think you can get heavy in here.
RNAF 27 up.
Let's just take this gate
American
right
841
here.
Heavy, Lindbergh Tower, wind 290 at 11, runway 27, clear to land number 2.
Well done,
Clear to
Captain. I have
land,
little
number
faith.
2,
You restored my faith in pilot
841 Heavy.
YouTubers. All right. I wish you could just bind, like, to unlock the view and sit there like you can in X-Plane. Gosh, that bare metal looks so stinking good. Burp. Brake set. I got some weeding to do, so we're going right into replay mode. Recording is stopped. Disconnecting from that. Replay is engaged. Oh, reverser. So, let's see. Hold on, Sail. Hold on, Sail. So, I have... But you're not supposed to do it this way. You're supposed to do it via what Blackbird said. So, I... Joystick button 1 and 2, throttle lever toggle reverse thrust, okay, and then I do that. Oh, it won't pick it up. I think it's toggle. I have it toggle and then hold full reverse. But do what Blackbird said. He said you bind them individually, 1 and 2. So, yeah, ground crew got a surprise for sure. All right, replay. Here we go. We're gonna leave it set. Boom, boom. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear that? That doesn't sound good. But when I pause it, it sounds better. The replay is at 1 speed. Kip on the ground says it's a problem with the plane. Oh, man. Ah, outside view works. All right, thank you, Kip, for letting me know. That sucks. Oh, there we go. Now we're back. We're back. Well, flap texturing out there, too. External fixes. Awesome, man. Thank you. All right, let's see how we did here, chat. Let's see how we did. The infamous MG42 engines on the 777. auto hydraulic kick on. Oh, maybe it wasn't as smooth as I thought. I don't know. I thought it was smooth. That looked kind of firm. Let's see. Let's get a little bare metal shine. I don't know. Let's launch G's. I guess it wasn't that. It didn't seem that soft. I could have held it off a little more. Flare? Oh, I flared. Give me a break. Give me a break, Mr. 500 foot per minute. A little bit of flare. Oh, come on, chat. G says 142. 142. Let's see what this one says. 1.1 G. This one says 200. 1.2 G. All right, so it's between 150 and 200. It's no 500, Mr. Wingnut. You just worry about LNAV execute, all right? Yeah, could have had more flare, but I mean, it was okay. It was all right. Like I said, I got some weed eating to do. We're going to send it all the way back. I'm going to put you guys into a blue hour approach because why not? Because it's amazing. Do May 8th. Adjust the time. How can I adjust the time? Why can't I adjust the time? There we go. Oh. Do that. Resume. Sail. Chat. I'm done. I'm out. All right, y'all. It's been fun. Thank you for hanging out for the double stream today from the CJ4 to a heavy 777. Absolutely love this livery. So fantastic. We might have to fly another bare metal one of these. There's 3 others. There's the breast cancer awareness and the classic American livery. I think we might have to fly another one because this livery is bringing the juice. Look at the slats right there. Look at that little leading edge texture. Excellent. I'm getting hiccups. That means it's time for me to go. Y'all fantastic. Thank you for the support. Until the next one, I think I'm going to try tomorrow evening. I got some stuff to do in the morning. Got a doctor appointment with the wife, so tomorrow evening I think we will try to go live again. Stick around for that. And yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote. So until then, stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. See ya.
300.